Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you another battle, but first a few announcements. If you guys can tell, first of all, I'm not showing you team previews yet because this is a picture Mustafa took from atop the mountain that he's living at. As I told you, he is training with Metatites and Metachams, so, he's an old fogey, so he can only go black and white. So, he says hi, he says he's having a fun time. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff to talk about before this battle starts. For one thing, if you guys did not see my upload from last Friday, I will leave a link to the specific part of last Friday's upload if you don't want to see a whole long battle. You can just see the last little portion, which is important, dealing with a special week that I am trying to set up, Friends Week, if you haven't heard of it. But if you'd like to check that out, click on that link. There will be another link somewhere else on the video that will link you to another channel by the person named Cased Victory. I had a tournament match against him. It's the Harry Potter tournament that Professor Croak is putting on. So if you'd like to take a look at that, he narrated it. I'm going to narrate it later on when all the tournaments are done. But if you want to see his side of it first, go check out his channel. He's also a very good uploader, so I suggest you go check him out. And finally, down in the comments section below, EU Metagross asked me to say hi, so from EU Metagross, hi. And since I've mentioned him, I might as well leave you a link down below. But for now, today I'm going to be bringing you a Challenge Cup match. It's actually a very intense Challenge Cup match, at least it was when I was playing it. But it is a considerably long match. Well, not too long, but longer than usual. So let's get to the teams. So now that I'm done confusing what I want to say, looking at the teams, this is going to be a Challenge Cup match against a person by the name of NBMC. And as you can tell, we're kind of almost getting screwed with one type. So if you look at him, he actually has 3 rock types, and if you look at me, I have 2 grass types and a bug type. So for him, he's probably going to have to fear, like I'm hoping Monferno is going to get a nice move for the Roselia and for the Aggron and the Relicanth, as well as the Sandile. It looks like a very big threat to his team. At the same time, I know that there might be a ground move moving around there somewhere. Or, I know there are fighting moves, and, a couple of these guys learn ice as well. So I do have to be a little bit wary of that. In the ways of leads, I accidentally put Wi-Fi clause on this battle. Now, this was actually a finals match. This was actually a Challenge Cup finals. And it kind of made sense to put Wi-Fi on it, but I didn't really want to. So what I decided to do was I figured out that Nincada would probably be the most defensive since it would be the highest level, and I know it has a base 90 defense. And if you guys are looking for a nice little cup person, look at him for defense. But it just made sense to me. I didn't want to send Palkia out because I don't know what moves it had, and if it got screwed with moves, I really don't want to lose that first turn advantage. So I'm hoping Nincada will be defensive enough, and whatever he's going to lead with, we'll just adapt to that. But for now, let's go to the battle. So, to start off this awesome Challenge Cup Finals, I'm going to lead off with Nincada, as he decides to lead off with Aggron. Now, again, we don't know what we both have, so I'm actually going to go for the substitute, as he goes for the Autotomize, and that's a really hard thing to say. But he actually has the Ice Beam, which is not good, because I just go for the String Shot since I figured I might as well slow him down. But now I know he has the Ice Beam, which I have to be extremely wary of. So I'm going to send in Palkia to take it. But of course, guys, you know my luck. I'm going to get frozen. A finals match, and I get frozen on the first Ice Beam. Fantastic. So he's going to send in Relicanth because he knows it's pretty much a free switch, unless I break out of it first turn. But as you can see, Palkia is not unfreezing. As he starts going for a Rock Smash, he gets the crit defense drop, which, it's not a big deal because 50% chance of dropping the defenses. But at this point, I don't want to take any more damage, so I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Swadloon to resist the Rock Smash. And I also carry the Razor Leaf, but I predict him to switch into something, and I just go for the Swagger, because Swagger is extremely useful in Challenge Cup, if you guys don't know that. So I go for the Protect as well, because I actually have 2 Pokemon on my team that can Protect, and one of them is a Swadloon, and he actually hits himself in Confusion. So now I'm going to switch out into Cherim, which is my other Protector, as he actually hits himself in Confusion again, which is fantastic. Now, he is going to break through here, and he's going to hit me with an HP. I don't know what it is, but he gets a crit, and it hurts a little bit. I didn't like that because I am going for Double Team. So that's another extremely useful move in Challenge Cup, but he's going to keep hitting me with this Hidden Power, and I'm going to check to see if I can find it, but I'm just going to go for the Protect, as he's going to go for another HP Fire. And it doesn't say, he doesn't say it, but that's okay. Anyways, he's going to go for one more as I actually go for the Facade to weaken it. Now, this was like, okay, I figured I'm going to die. So what I'm going to do is go for the Giga Impact as he actually misses his Rock Tomb and I get a crit. The best way for a Cherub to kill an Arbok is a crit Giga Impact. I just smushed a cherry in an Arbok's face. Anyways, he's going to kill me with a Shadow Ball with this Roselia. And this Roselia is painful. Watch how much damage it does to my Monferno after I go for a Rock Slide. That's a Shadow Ball. That hurts. So I have to get out of here because I know I need Monferno for the Aggron and the Relicanth and the Cradily. So I switch to Minccino because I know he is going to go for the Shadow Ball. As I start going for Echo Voice thinking I'm safe, but he goes for Magical Leaf, and that thing hurts as well. Now, I get a little bit of unfortunate hacks, which doesn't matter because he actually poisons me with the Poison Play as I go for Facade, which would have been actually really nice because Facade would have been boosted, but sadly he is going to take me out with the Magical Leaf. But now I'm going to switch to Monferno to go for the sure double kick to take out that Roselia because I remember I am faster. Now he is going to go into Relicanth, and I don't want to risk a water move, so I go into Swadloon to take it, and this Relicanth actually has the Waterfall, which is extremely painful, so I'm going to have to threaten it out with a move, but I predict to switch again, go for another, no, I go for Razor Leaf. What am I thinking? Now I'm going to go for Protect to see what this Cradily has, and it actually has Block. Now, I looked through my team, and I thought, who do I want to get blocked? Palkia. It's frozen, I might as well. I don't think it could do too much damage to me with whatever moves it's going to have. So, I actually thaw out the first turn, though, and I go for the Spatial Rend, which I get extremely lucky with. But, he is going to go for the Rock Smash and get the defense drop. Now, of course, I have to stay in, but I'm just going to go for another Spatial Rend and take out this Cradily. So, that's another Pokemon gone. It's 4-3 right now, but he sends in this Sandile. And I figure, okay, well, he gets the Intimidate off, not a big deal, because I'm just going to attack. No, I missed a 95% accurate move, as he goes for Double Team, which is fantastic. So I'm going to go for another one, though, hit it when I have a lesser chance, as he actually goes for another Double Team. Now, I go really risky here, because I predict the Aggron to switch in, and I go for the Fire Blast. He doesn't switch it in, but I hit the Sandile, which is another, like, really lucky move on my part, so he's going to send in Relicanth. I'm going to send in Swadloon to wall the move, as he actually ends up going for the Rock Smash, but doesn't get the defense drop, which is nice. But now he's just going to send in Aggron to resist a Razor Leaf, but this is when I predict him to switch and go for the Swagger again. Now, I'm going to go for the Protect as usual, because it just makes sense, as he's actually going to break through, and he's going to go for the Ice Beam, which, you know, is still lurking around there. But I'm going to send in Monferno predicting the Ice Beam, as he hits me, and it doesn't do a lot, so I figured I could take 2 more, maybe 3 more if he gets unlucky, and double kick him. But I'm just going to double kick his Relicanth, and I guess he values his Aggron more because he does have a move that takes out, at this point, 2 of my Pokemon still. But I'm going to switch to Nincada to take the Rock Smash because that's a really high defense. Even though he drops it, I don't care because I know a Waterfall is going to finish me off anyways. So Nincada's going to fall so I can bring in my Swadloon safely. Now, he is going to leave it in as I go for the Razor Leaf, and he's going to go for the Hail. Now, this is debatable about what happens in the next few turns, because the Hail helps get damage off. So I'm going to go for the Razor Leaf as I take out the Relicanth, and I wish I had Overcoat in his ability, but I think I have Leaf Guard. But now his last Pokemon is Aggron. Now, keep in mind this is a finals match, so of course it has to be an epic match. He goes for the Atototamize. This is bad, because now I know he outspeeds all of my Pokemon if he gets up to +4. He goes for the Ice Beam, and he freezes my Swadloon. I went for the Swagger there. That really sucked, because now he's at +2, which he's actually going to go for another Atototamize to go up to +4. Now I know he outspeeds everything, and there's very little damage on this Aggron. But luckily I thaw out just to go for the Protect, which is what I kind of wanted, as he goes for another Ice Beam, but I know at this point he's faster, so he is going to take me out with another Ice Beam, and I was kind of hoping for a little bit more PP stall, but it wasn't going to happen, obviously. So now I'm going to send in Palkia to try and take this thing out with a Fire Blast, but as you can tell, he's faster. He doesn't take me out, but he gets a crit, which makes this also extremely dangerous. But I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, get 50% off. He's getting a little bit lower. He's going to go for the Ice Beam, and now it's down to Monferno versus Aggron. Now, keep in mind, he is faster. I thought this was going to be it, but he goes for the Captivate. and this was questionable, but he went for the Captivate, and I took the Challenge Cup Finals. And that was an excellent match, NBMC. Comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this battle, despite the fact that I mixed up a lot of my words. It was actually, a lot of people were watching this. We had a few spectators, and they were just jumping off the wall going, "Oh my god, Inferno won him the match with double kick, and why'd he go for Captivate?" and all this other confusing stuff that we didn't know why it happened, but it happened. Nonetheless, that's what made it awesome, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow with another match. Until then, peace.